You drop those shoulders, if you drop your head, if you stop breathing, or if you stop smiling, it doesn't count. Stand tall, breathing big smile, looking at the ceiling. That's right, and get depressed without changing.
And when that opportunity comes for you to rise up with a full heart. Rise up understanding that it is not over for you and that you're just learning something about yourself.
As Daniel Pink said, people fail to achieve mastery not because they aren't talented, but because they aren't disciplined.
All right, well, if you can't change, then just stay happy and sit down. Now, here's my point. You might say, what does this got to do with state management? Are you saying every time I don't feel good, I should stand up tall, stare and grin at the ceiling? Yes. No, there are many ways to do this, but this is one. My point is this. How come when you stand tall and you're breathing, you have this big grin on your face, how come you don't feel depressed? The answer is because it's pretty difficult because you're sending a totally different message to your brain. See, the way we move our facial muscles, the way we gesture, the way we physically walk, the pace at which we talk, all of these things determine how we feel in any given moment. If you don't like the way you're feeling, rather than trying to pump yourself up intellectually going, oh, I feel good, I feel good, I feel good, or doing a bunch of affirmations where I feel good, I feel good, I feel good, I feel good, and your brain goes, BS. That's not enough.
You're learning something about your journey. You're understanding that no matter what, failure is required. When these failures come, don't let it confuse you. Don't let it misuse you. Don't just accept it, but understand it. Understand that you got more work to do within yourself. And be strong enough and willing enough to do what is necessary to keep pushing. Sometimes people just want to give up because they failed at something.
What you've got to do is change the way you're moving. I mean, think about it. When you were growing up, didn't you have a parent that told you, hey, look, if you're depressed, go do something? Why did that work? Because when you go do something, you change the way you move, you change the way you breathe, you change what you're focusing on or what you're paying attention to, and whammo, you have an emotional change, a state change, if you will. So I want you to realize the power of your own physical body. When I was struggling, I had no idea the power of my body. I was at the effect, but you know what? I still use these tools. I just use them in the wrong way. Hey, listen, you already know the power of your body. When you don't like the way you feel, what do you usually do? I'll tell you what most Americans do. They do something to change the way they feel by changing their body, by changing their biochemistry. What do? They do things like drink alcohol. Why? Because the minute you drink alcohol, does it change your state? You bet. You behave differently when you're in a different feeling state? You better believe it. They go, yeah, man, I sure do. The bottom line is you changed your biochemistry.
What good is a victory? What good is a win if you don't fail? This is what life is all about. How can you build if you don't have nothing to build on? How can you grow if you're not understanding that you got to be on the ground so that you can understand what it means to get up? Do you think it's gonna keep you down? Do you think that's all you have left? Do you believe that failure is the only reason that you're on the ground right now? Failure is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Now what are you gonna do about yourself? What are you gonna do to rise up above the occasion? What are you gonna do to find the source and the reason and the purpose within yourself to get what it is necessary for you to go further than you've ever gone in your life? Don't let failure put you in a position.
Let me break it down. Break it down.
Em được ngã lưng lên một chút. Cô đơn trên sofa, con tim như tan rã, dừng lối em trôi theo một khúc ca buồn. Giữa căn phòng ánh đèn chợt tắt, che đi giọt buồn sắp rơi. Cô đơn trên sofa, sao anh nhớ cô ta, chẳng phải anh yêu em hơn cả anh mà. Để cho thanh xuân này chợt tắt, che đi giọt nước mắt.
Where you feel that you are not worthy of something.
soon as you did that, that was changing physiology, and your emotions and feelings and behaviors changed instantly. Now, a lot of people in our society, when they don't like how they feel, they change their body and change the way they feel by using cigarettes. They smoke, and therefore they breathe differently. When they breathe differently, they feel differently. When they feel differently, they behave differently. So they don't like how they're feeling. They're feeling a little tight. They're feeling a little frustrated. They're feeling a little stressed. They smoke a cigarette, and they think the cigarette makes them feel better. What makes them feel better is the fact that they're taking nice, deep, slow breaths. Why not try it without the cigarette? What a concept. Amazing. The bottom line is you can change just by changing your breathing alone. Now, what else do we do? Well, a lot of people, when they don't like the way they feel, what do? They eat. Now they go, I don't feel good, and they eat. And then they get fat. They look in the mirror, and they don't like how they look. That makes them feel worse. So they don't like the way they feel, so they eat some more. And they're caught up in that loop again. Have you ever been there? So food is another way we try and change our physical body.
The wonderful news about the human condition is you can get good at anything you set your mind to. It's just not going to be easy, and it's not going to be fast. But the willingness to put in that work is what's going to separate you from everybody else. And I'm begging you to see yourself right now, today, as average.
Everybody's life and everybody's source. We're gonna keep on dancing. Moving on and proud. Still the moment we're going up the end of cloud. To the beat of desert. To the things we don't feel for the day they know. So the motel is coming and the shit's like. Never long ago, you like to shine light. One shine light. Let it go. Show us what we've done.
As no better than anyone else. But I beg you, with more force than I know how to convey with this language, to see yourself as malleable, to see yourself as capable of becoming anything you want to become truly extraordinary, if you can find within yourself the discipline to stick with it long enough.
Being capable, having what you need to make you a worthwhile person, that you're more than able, and that you deserve to be listened to, or you deserve to have that dream and that passion and whatever it is that you see and envision there. You've got to see it in your mind's eye and know that you've got what it takes. So deciding as you look at your life, as you look into the future and say, what fears am I holding on to? What fears that I'm allowing to imprison me, that's keeping me from breaking out, that's keeping me from living up to my true potential, that's keeping me from really being happy, that's keeping me from having a sense of adventure and excitement in my life? What's keeping me from controlling my destiny? What fears that I'm giving that permission to? Notice what I said, that we must give our permission to fear to immobilize us.
And as Steve Martin said, perseverance is a great substitute for talent. Everybody wants to talk about who's talented. Everybody looks at the person with innate talent as if they have something magical. But to me, it's a gift, it's a handout, it's a freebie. It hasn't been earned. And no matter what it is, it's only the beginning. Even somebody that has talent, even if you get an early win, if you let somebody outwork you, if you let somebody who has more perseverance, more grit than you, then they are going to outperform you on a long enough timeline. The only thing I can guarantee is you will be outworked by somebody unless you pour your heart and soul into getting great. If you don't take days off, if you put yourself into it as if your life depended on it, when you act like that, then you've got a chance to be great. And as Robert Horry said, pressure can bust pipes, but it can also make diamonds.
Because whatever discomfort you experience, whatever challenges or difficulty that it is, you got to handle it. Got to go up in there and wrestle with it. Will it be easy? No. No. Will it be challenging? Yes. The next piece is that you accept yourself, then you accept the fear as a fact and not a force. See, when you accept yourself and you accept fear as a fact, that means that it's something that happens. It's something that you're going to experience, but it is not a force to hold you back. It doesn't have any special power other than that you give it. So you accept the fact that you are afraid, and then you move on anyhow. You move on past it, and you do whatever you've got to do. See, when you are not filling your life with the things that you are capable of doing, see, we all have some stuff that we've been given.